A few days after this, Eugène called at Madame de Restaud's house. She was not at home. 3 times he tried the experiment, and 3 times he found her doors closed against him, though he was careful to choose an hour when Monsieur de Trailles was not there. The Vicomtesse was right. The student studied no longer. He put in an appearance at lectures simply to answer to his name, and after thus attesting his presence, departed forthwith. He had been through a reasoning process familiar to most students. He had seen the advisability of deferring his studies to the last moment before going up for his examinations. He made up his mind to cram his 2nd and 3rd year's work into the 3rd year, when he meant to begin to work in earnest and to complete his studies in law with one great effort. In the meantime, he had 15 months in which to navigate the ocean of Paris, to spread the nets and set the lines that would bring him a protectress and a fortune. Twice during that week he saw Madame de Beauséant. He did not go to her house until he had seen the Marquis d'Ajuda drive away. Victory for yet a few more days was with the great lady, the most poetic figure in the Faubourg Saint-Germain, and the marriage of the Marquis d'Ajuda Pinto with Mademoiselle de Rochefide was postponed. The dread of losing her happiness filled those days with a fever of joy unknown before, but the end was only so much the nearer. The Marquis d'Ajuda and the Rochefides agreed that this quarrel and reconciliation was a very fortunate thing. Madame de Beauséant, so they hoped, would gradually become reconciled to the idea of the marriage, and in the end would be brought to sacrifice d'Ajuda's morning visits to the exigencies of a man's career, exigencies which she must have foreseen. In spite of the most solemn promises, daily renewed, Monsieur d'Ajuda was playing a part, and the Vicomtesse was eager to be deceived. Instead of taking a leap heroically from the window, she is falling headlong down the staircase, said her most intimate friend, the Duchesse de Langeais. Yet this afterglow of happiness lasted long enough for the Vicomtesse to be of service to her young cousin. She had a half-superstitious affection for him. Eugène had shown her sympathy and devotion at a crisis when a woman sees no pity, no real comfort in any eyes. When if a man is ready with soothing flatteries, it is because he has an interested motive. Rastignac made up his mind that he must learn the whole of Goriot's previous history. He would come to his bearings before attempting to board the Maison de Nucingen. The results of his inquiries may be given briefly as follows. In the days before the Revolution, Jean-Joachim Goriot was simply a workman in the employ of a vermicelli maker. He was a skillful, thrifty workman, sufficiently enterprising to buy his master's business when the latter fell a chance victim to the disturbances of 1789. Goriot established himself in the Rue de la Jussienne, close to the Corn Exchange. His plain good sense led him to accept the position of president of the section, so as to secure for his business the protection of those in power at that dangerous epoch. This prudent step had led to success. The foundations of his fortune were laid in the time of the scarcity, real or artificial, when the price of grain of all kinds rose enormously in Paris. People used to fight for bread at the baker's doors, while other persons went to the grocers' shops and bought Italian paste foods without brawling over it.